Hello, this is Lita from Online Learning Services. Today I'm going to show you how to use the UDOIT Accessibility Checker in Canvas. So let me go ahead and share my course with you here. So depending on how your course is set up, the UDOIT option might be in a different spot in your navigation menu, but you would click on the UDOIT tab, and it will bring you to this screen here where you can select all of the different options that you want to check in your course to make sure that they are accessible. So as a default, it does select all of the resources that the students would use in the course. So announcements, assignments, discussions, files, pages, syllabus, any URLs that are in the modules, as well as this will scan for any errors as well as suggestions to make your course more accessible. So to do that, I would select the Scan This Course button at the bottom here. And you'll see it'll give you a progress bar. So depending on how many files or how many resources you have in your course, it might take longer, it might take less time. Okay, so then after the course scan is complete, it will come up with any errors that it notices in your course that are inaccessible for students with screen readers, as well as it will give you suggestions on some changes that you can make to make your course even more accessible. So let's take a look at my first error here, which is headings should contain text. So it looks like that error message is on one of my pages. So I'm going to click on this pages option here. So in addition to telling you what the error is, UDOIT also gives you a reason as to why it needs to be accessible for students. So for example, this headings should contain text. Sighted and screen reader users depend on headings to organize the content on the page. Headings should not be empty and should represent an accurate outline of the content. So to know which page or which section of the page the UDOIT scan is talking about, it has this option where you can view the source of the issue. So if I click here, it looks like this image doesn't have a header associated with it. So I'm going to select the UFixIt option and new heading text. So I'm going to put in your instructor. And then I will click submit. And it will let you know that it is done with this little green done button here. All right, let's take a look at some of the suggestions that I have. So let's go back to my summary here. And let's see, it says avoid using styles for document structure. So that looks like that was on, yes, so that was in my discussion section. So let's see. So bold and italics are used to emphasize text, whereas headings are used to define the structure of the document. So let's take a look at which discussion that they're looking at here. So view the source of this issue. You'll see it was one of the discussions that I was testing here. So let's look at the UFixIt. So instead of just doing the bold and italics that I did for this discussion, to make it an actual header, I can choose the different heading structure that I would like to use. The default that it has is heading 2, so let's just use that one. Click submit, and that one is done. All right, so let's take a look at my unscannable files. So the one thing about UDOIT is it doesn't actually scan the files that are within your course. In order to make your documents accessible, you do have to download them and then use the accessibility checker in Word, PowerPoint, or Acrobat. So if you have any PDFs or Word documents and PowerPoints, those will need to be done within the different programs that they were created in. So once you make those accessible, then you can re-upload them to the Canvas course and then do the accessibility scan again. So that's a quick rundown of how to use UDOIT in Canvas.